you see a lot of these adults, and if you go back into their childhood, you'll find that they were mean to animals, for example. They would torture pets. They would torture small animals that they would find because they didn't have the ability to be empathetic. They didn't have the ability to put themselves in the creature's position and think what it must be like to be enduring that torture or that pain. So that psychopathic tendency is they will hurt others, exploit others, steal from others, and they don't have any remorse. They don't feel bad about it later. When we're talking about this dark triad, I hate to say this, but the truth of the matter is you see this show up a lot in our leaders, CEOs, managers, politicians, people that rise to the level of influence and control. Why? Because they are attractive. They're confident. Their confidence comes across as swagger. They seem strong. They give you a false sense of security, and it's easy to mistake a menacing drive for passion. You think, wow, this is really a committed person. They have tremendous passion. But really, it's a very dark, self-serving, menacing drive. And it's real easy, particularly if they're your CEO or they're your leader. Maybe it's a team captain that you're on a team for or a manager that you work for. It's real easy to say, well, they may be kind of heartless, manipulative, and exploitive. You may even say, hey, these people look like a malignant narcissist, but they're our malignant narcissist, and they're winning. They're winning all of these sales competitions. They're mastering these performance criteria that we have to have, and we're on that team. So, yeah, they're malignant narcissists, but they're our malignant narcissists. They're really effective. They've risen to the top of the heap here, and what people do is they find themselves trying to get their approval. So you start behaving in a way where they go, okay, you get it, buddy. I got it. Now you get it. I can see in you things that I value. You've got what it takes. You've got that killer instinct. How many times have you heard people in industry or sales, or you've seen it in movies like, no way we're turning over the Western region of the company to him because he doesn't have that killer instinct. Well, you know what? That's just a saying. They don't really mean we need somebody that'll go out there and kill people, but they really do mean he doesn't have or she doesn't have the instinct to do what it takes. And in their estimation, that means to exploit people, to break the rules, to throw the rule book out the window. Malignant narcissists that live inside this dark triangle are manipulative, exploitive, cold. They will cut your throat and watch you bleed out. And I mean that metaphorically. If they can use you and abuse you, and they have you trying to get their approval, then they've manipulated you into something where you think, okay, I'm going to be on their team. I'm their person. We're going to go to the top together. That's not true. They have no loyalty to anyone except themselves. These are the most dangerous leaders, the ones that try to get you to win their approval. Then they use you, abuse you, and then discard you. And the trap is they seem to get things done, so they get you to start believing in them. So I'm telling you, malignant narcissist is not a formal diagnosis, but it's a common term that we use to describe the traits and symptoms of both the narcissistic personality and the antisocial personality, or what most people in lay terms call the psychopath. So what are we talking about? Grandiose attitudes. They feel superior to others. They have an excessive need for praise and validation. They have a poor reaction to even the slightest criticism. They don't want to hear, hey, that was a great job, but if you had just, no. You need to put a period at the end of that. That was a great job, period. They don't want to hear, that was a great job. If you had done this, no, they don't want to hear that. They're users and abusers. They are power hungry. They take everything personal. And this is what you need to understand about these people. The malignant narcissist takes everything personal. It doesn't matter how you mean it. You could be talking about the situation. You could be talking about circumstances that you all found yourself in. But anything that is critical, they're going to take personal and consider it an attack on them. They are evil, ruthless, vengeful, vindictive, and paranoid. And it's interesting when we call these people paranoid because they leave enemies in their wake. Malignant narcissists, as I said, these are people that exploit a lot of people. They step on a lot of people, use, abuse, and discard a lot of people. So just think about the wake that's left behind a boat. Think about a boat going across the lake. What happens behind it? It disrupts the water. It leaves a wake behind it. And malignant narcissists have a lot of enemies in their wake. So are they paranoid? Yeah, they're paranoid, but they do have people that probably are enemies, probably don't wish them well, probably will take any and every opportunity to sabotage them. So they have to have their guard up because they've burned people along the way. So when you have a mix of these characteristics, you're not going to be good at relationships. Think about it. Do you want to be in a relationship with somebody that is 100% all about them? They will use you. They will take credit for what you do. They will throw you under the bus every single time it comes down to it. Maybe you guys are working on something together at work and it goes badly. When the boss comes around, they're throwing your ass under the bus every single time. They will go behind your back and stab you in the back. These are people that will lie, cheat, steal, and throw you under the bus if it helps them thump their chest, if it makes them look better by comparison.